What is up, everybody? Welcome back to the channel. Today we're going to be talking about Yandere Dev and the kind of current, I'm not even going to say controversy, I'm going to say shit show surrounding him right now. So before we get into that, I'm going to kind of want to talk about like what the game is, and because I feel like it paints like this perfect framework of what I'm going to tell you next. So kind of what you're looking at here, if you hate the sound of my voice, you can go ahead and pause and read it, but it's basically some bullet points I put together of what Yandere Simulator is. And it's basically a game developed by this guy named Alex Mahan, or is also known as Yandere Dev. The game is basically a stealth killing game, so it's kind of like Assassin's Creed, but Weeb edition. And you control this character named Ayano Eishi, nicknamed Yandere-chan, and basically she's this Japanese high school girl who got a crush on a fellow student, and you can actually customize the character that you have a crush with over the course of basically 10 weeks in this game. So Majora's Mask style, you basically like day 2 kind of thing. A different girl basically falls in love with your senpai that you created, and basically they become a target for the character that you're playing as, the Yandere-chan. So in the game, you have these insane ways of killing the person. You can kidnap, torture, poison, electrocute, matchmake, befriend, betray, and drown rivals. The sky was the limit. Basically, he was trying to design a game that satisfied every like murder hobo weeb fantasy possible in one game. So it was trying to be something unlike any other, because there's tons of Yandere simulators out there, and this one was just trying to step out of the box and be something completely different, which in itself, like, stealth games I'm definitely a fan of, but this is, I don't know, there's something just weird about it. Like, it just feels weird to like imagining myself playing Yandere-chan and just going around killing high school girls that have a crush on my daddy. So the problem with this game is that the development took forever. So it started off as this like idea on 4chan in 2014, and Yandere Dev basically opened a Patreon account and got funded, surprisingly. Can you believe a lot of people want to be a high school girl? I can. So got funded, and he started working on it, and he's been working on it ever since, or so he says. He has an active blog that we'll get into where he posts updates, things like that in the game. But the type of person that I feel like makes these types of games, and it has to actively have a creative mindset to fuel the imagination for what this game is supposed to offer, is inherently probably a weird person. This is just my guess, right? This is just my assumption. I just feel like, if you're making scary movies, you have to have like pretty dark imagination. And then on the other side of that coin, you have the Yandere Simulator game, and as a dev, you might have to have this dark imagination to be able to include features like claiming your rival's panties after you kill them for chasing your husbando. It's like collecting an ear in Diablo. It's freaking insane. Which brings us kind of to the main point of this video, is why can't Yandere Dev just be, his own little weird self in a corner making a game called Yandere Simulator? Well, it's because he's doing that I can only describe as weird shit. So in this allegation, essentially there was a TikTok video that came out basically exposing Yandere Dev and all the grooming type things that was going on. The video was actually taken down and removed, but we do have some pictures here that you're looking at right now, a Snapchat conversation. The cosplay fan that you're seeing here is Yandere Dev, and then this is the 16-year-old. Basically, let's read it here together. "You are the one traumatizing me. I'm sorry. This here is trauma. This is abuse. This is power imbalance. I am being emotionally abused by you." I lost my beans right here where she says, "I'm 16. You have this massive blackmail over me. You are 35. If that's not comedy, I don't know what is. It's obviously creepy, right? But it's a little funny that she's like, what the fuck are you talking about? So basically the blackmail that he's talking about is the TikTok video that she posted. After all this goes on, Yandere Dev goes head and wants to go nuclear. So he goes to his WordPress account, which is his blog, which you're looking at right now, makes this massive, and I mean massive, look at this girthy amount of text, sorry post. So he does own up to it, basically saying that, hey, that was a little weird, right, guys? Haha, I'm so sorry. That was a really huge mistake that I've made. And as you make your way down this gigantic sorry post, you kind of get to this point where, so he keeps reiterating that he's sorry, it was a messed up thing to do, he was wrong for thinking he could befriend a minor. So, as most of us would agree, I don't even think people would initiate a friend-type conversation with a 16-year-old, much less go into it becoming friends. At best, I give them life advice that I ran into when I was their age, right? So she basically ends up sending all of her conversations and things like that to her friends, and he lists it as because she thinks it's a funny joke. I guarantee you she was probably a little like, what the hell is this guy doing? But basically one of her friends ends up saying that the remarks that he's giving her shows sexual interest, and that he was trying to groom her, and that she should release all of her recordings to expose him. I won't go too much more in depth with this, because from here on out, it's pretty much just him saying after he watched the recordings, you know, he realized like just how weird it was and how creepy and bad it was, and that, you know, he's not interested in minors like that. He swears, I swear, bro. Trust me, bro. And he let the fans down, and, you know, he's going to work on it and, you know, make sure he does his fan base right. Then he makes another post not even 5 days later called Moving Forward, where he basically talks about how he is terminally online and he is just so beat after putting so much work into this Yandere Simulator, and you know, things have gotten out of hand. He hasn't left the house since July 2019 and has no real life acquaintances, 16 plus hours on the computer every day, and a lot of this could just be a symptom of, like I said, being terminally online. And something magical happens after all this information's released to the public. The mass exodus of staff for Yandere Simulator begins, with even the voice actress of Yandere-chan herself leaving the business for these allegations. So, unfortunately, if you were looking forward to this game, I don't think it's coming out. I think it's very safe to say that this game will remain the same way Yandere Dev prefers his women under development. If you like this video, I appreciate the time. Like, comment, subscribe. Let me know what you guys think in the comments. Have a fantastic day.